Assalamu alaikum. This is Hasnan. I'm doing live using HAPPS. So, hello, Zakia. Welcome to my broadcast. Okay, it's been while. I actually not using HAPPS broadcast. I think couple of days. So, but I felt like it's been long. So, how are you doing, everybody? Just say hi and do share uh, what's going on and from where you are joining. Okay. So what I did just now, I learned a new thing, a new feature on apps, which is a free platform for us to broadcast. And this broadcast is live stream on my Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, on Twitter Live. So that's a cool feature. So what I did, if you notice at the start, I played a countdown video, and next to countdown video there is a icon. Let me show you. Okay, just hold on. Hopefully, so I'm sharing my own screen, so most probably you will be seeing the studio, right? So what I did, on uploaded videos, you just click on the countdown, and there is an icon for like a human or a person. So when you click that, it actually plays into a full screen. So before I jump in, I actually, so yeah, I think now you could see the studio. So yeah, what I'm saying on the right side. Hello from Mumbai. Yes, welcome. Iskander, right? Okay, namaste. Okay, so I'm just sharing a feature on apps. So what I did at before start of my session, I played a countdown video. Okay, here, and yes, I know you're from India. Welcome to my broadcast. Can't understand what do you mean by so you. I'm from Pakistan. Okay, but I'm residing in Malaysia. Okay, so what I was telling you that before you start your broadcast, you could play full-fledged, full screen your video. Okay, so let me try again and show you. Do you notice? Now it's showing a full screen. So if you click on the person icon on top, yeah. So that's how you could actually switch. So let me, yeah. So, okay, so I don't want to share my desktop. He's pronouncing it. Oh, okay. Thanks. I'm sorry. So that's your name. So York. Okay, right. My name is Hasnain. Okay, a lot of people find it difficult to pronounce it. It's an Arabic name. The meaning of Hasnan or Hasnain is actually two good things. Okay, so that's what I discovered today, a new feature where I could actually play a countdown video before start of my broadcast. Okay, so I what I'm going to share, actually, if you look at the channel title, is more on technology enhanced learning. So I'm actually on holidays. So I was thinking to go relax, and for a couple of my broadcasts, um, my forefathers are from Balochistan, but I'm actually from Punjab. So don't ask me, I can't speak Balochi, but my mother tongue is Punjabi. Okay. Yeah, but I can speak Arabic, I can speak Malay, Malaysian language. Uh, yeah. Okay. So during these holidays, I'm almost taking 1 week holidays. So I was thinking to go visit different, uh, thanks, go visit different parks around Kuala Lumpur or Putrajaya. Thanks, thanks. Same to you. I think it's about 3 hours early in India or 2.5 hours. Yeah. So I'm just sharing you HAPPS feature. Okay. And I will be covering today one basic tool about QR codes, how we could use QR codes, how we could create QR codes, and how we could actually utilize it to like a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, I did a workshop on how to create QR codes, and uh, more than 50 um, different ways to use QR code for teaching and learning. Okay, so today I will be sharing with you. So let me share. I long time ago I used Google URL shortener to generate QR codes, because the benefit of Google URL shortener was that uh, um, okay, so it seems like it splits my screen into half. Half is my video, and other half is the screen I'm sharing. So Google URL shortener is stopped this service. So once you do a URL shortener at Google, it actually generates your QR code automatically. So the cool feature of Google URL shortener was that it can keep track of statistics, who is accessing from where. Okay. So currently I'm using a site called QR Stuff. Okay. So if you type QR stuff, it's a free software. You can see now, yeah, QR stuff. So I need to change the layout. Just hold on, because it seems like my video is still played on half screen. So you might not see. Need to go back to Have Studio, and let's try. Yeah, I think this would be nice. View, go back to your, yeah, okay. So once you go into QR stuff, yeah, so that's the website. So first of all, you need to generate QR code, and here you have to select uh, what is your data type. If it's a URL, so let me copy my blog URL. So copy the URL, go back to QR stuff, select website URL. So then paste the URL. It's not copied. So let me do it again. Sorry, why is not copying my URL? Okay, so get your website URL and paste in this text box. And the moment you paste it, so there are two encoding options. I would prefer dynamic because it generates a bit clean QR code. But if you want people who could scan and there's no internet connection there, then you could use a static. So they no need to have internet connection to decode the QR code. Okay, so now the sad part here, I could not see the comments, right? So let me, so what I normally suggest, okay, so like you see, I'm presenting, so I may not be aware of what's going on with my audience, right? So let's see. Okay, thanks, Sakia, for the award because I'm using another device to see comments. Okay, right. So once you key in your URL on this website, okay, and you could use dynamic, so it will generate a clean QR code. You could download QR code or right click and copy image, or I would save that image. Let's save it on desktop. Okay, and then you could scan this QR code and immediately you could reach to this URL. So QR codes, anyone can tell me what QR code stands for? Let's see. Okay, so QR code stands for quick response. Okay, so that's where you could, it started in Japan in 1992 or early 90s. So they use this in stock or inventory control. That's how it started. But to your surprise, now Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, Alibaba, all their inventory stores, they use robots to transfer the products from one rack to another rack, and on the floor they stick QR codes so they know if parcel is to be sent to US. So they scan, the robots will scan the QR code, stick on the floor, and follow that instruction like turn right or go left or go straight if you are going for US destination, you know. So all these robots are actually, you scan in QR, these kind of QR codes. Okay, so that's very simple. You generate QR code, then you have different, you know, size and all that, but I just leave it as default. And you could even put a logo or image as a background, like if you notice here at the down. Um, but up to you if you want to make it colorful. Like, for example, if you want to share a resource, you could use one of the color scheme for a resource. And if you want to do assignments or assessments, you could actually use a different color code. Okay, so that's how you could manage different color code. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at another feature which normally in the chat we could put it, on top by clicking go live. It seems like it's not appearing here. I don't know why. Ah, okay, right. So once again, just use QR stuff website, copy your QR code. Okay, and paste it wherever you want audience to view it. So what I'm going to do now, I will stop sharing, okay, for time being, and I will be uploading the image that would be the QR code just now I have created. Go to desktop because that's where I downloaded my QR code. Okay, so the other thing, once it's uploaded, I would be clicking that to yes, yeah. So in the studio you have image, and next to image there is a setting icon. Okay, if you click settings, it will say fit in container or fill container, right? And I will use the fill container and close. Then next at the bottom there is a option or is an icon, like the person icon. If I click that, it will show only the QR code, right? I'm not sure how it looks like. So I'm showing sharing QR code. It seems like it's a bit overstretched, right? So let's try now. So this is a QR code for my blog. I could use that. My advice before you share any QR code, please do test it first. So I was just demonstrating, so I forget to even test myself. So if you use your smart device and scan this QR code, it will bring you to my blog. Yes, so I have just tested using my smartphone, scanning from this screen, and it works very well. And you will be accessing my blog post, which I have just a few hours ago I have posted on a full review of year 2020 and what will be my plans for 2021. Okay, so that's how you could actually share your QR codes. You could even generate a business card and convert it into QR code and print as a sticker or stick it to your phone. So if anyone asks, you could actually let them scan that QR code for your business card. Okay, so let's try see. Yeah, so I'm just picking up a few more features in HAPPS Studio. So I was actually figuring out how I could actually switch between different videos. So in the studio, you have options, you know. So currently there are two boxes are highlighted into blue color rectangular. So that's mean these two boxes. One is the image, the other one is my video and audio. It is actually broadcasting, and I can make it full screen. So if I click to now, it will be actually myself as a full screen. And then there's numbers like one or two. So you could switch between uh, PIP, like picture in picture. So which picture you want to bring in up front. Okay. So once again, those who are just joining, please say hi and let me know from where you are joining. I am doing a live broadcast and sharing quick response codes and how to generate QR codes. And then you could share these codes onto different platforms. You could even put it on your website, right? Simple, right? Very easy. So let me do it again and put, yeah. So what I need to do, I need to switch. Yeah, so on the top, now you would see this side, or this side actually. Yeah. So you would see the QR code appearing. It's a bit delay because I'm not sure HAPS technical team is working on it. Yeah. So if you could see that on the almost 10 second or more than that, there's a delay, right? I think it's this side, right? Yeah. So this is my QR code. Hello from Queensland, Australia, right? Welcome to my broadcast. I am sharing how we could use QR codes, how we could generate QR code. So if you scan the QR code just now appearing on my right side, right? So this is my blog QR code. So you could always access how I generated. So quickly, let me paste the link. You need to go to a link called QR stuff. So I need to unlock in the chat. No need to send private comments. The URL called QR stuff. So I'm going to paste in the chat. You could access this site, select the data type, and paste your data. And there are two options. Either you could use static or dynamic. I would prefer dynamic because dynamic will create a clean QR code. So if this QR code is complex, it will be hard to scan or takes longer time to decode. Yes. So that's how you generate QR codes and share it. You could print it outside of your office and stick it and link back to a form, Google Form, Microsoft Forms, or any other form or SurveyMonkey, and you could let your students to scan that QR code, and they could actually set appointment with you, and they could even book your time or slot for consultation. So that's where I recommend there are more than 50 ways to use QR codes. You could use even no need to print assignments. You just generate one QR code, share that QR code the way I'm sharing now. Ask your students to scan using smart devices, and they could immediately go to that URL. Okay, so that's all for today's tool because the channel I use is technology enhanced learning. So my whole idea is to share at least one new feature of HAPS and some other tools for technology enhanced learning, right? I was planning to go out today and show you another garden at Putrajaya, but somehow it was raining heavily in Lumpur, so I could not go out. So maybe tomorrow I can plan and see how, if weather is okay, I could go and visit one of the garden at Putrajaya and do a broadcast there. Yes, just say hi, those who are joining, and if you have any question or any comment or suggestion about QR codes, so do share in the chat. I would really appreciate because Collaboratively, we can learn and explore tools and technology and enhance the learning. Okay. Those who are just joining my broadcast, just say hi and do let me know from where you are joining. So if I switch the layout to stack, then half of the screen will be my QR code and the other half will be myself talking, right? Then we have grid. So for grid, I need to actually have more people to join in, and then I could actually show you how it looks like. And then we have tall. Tall will actually focus on myself. I don't know why it's going a bit out of focus, and it shows different videos. So we can have 6 videos simultaneously. Anyone who would like to join in, do let me know, and I can invite, and we can see how it looks. Uh, I yet to see comments from my different social media platforms onto HAPPS Studio, because I notice when I join other broadcasts, uh, the comments were coming from different, like from Twitter, from YouTube, or Facebook. So I yet to see. So the comments I receive currently are from HAPPS platform only. So anyone who joins from Facebook or other YouTube or other platforms, do say hi and share with with us your thoughts. How was the broadcast today? I could see that multicasting is actually running on 5 different platforms. So what I'm doing, I'm running live broadcast on to different groups of on my Facebook. So that's another beauty, that I can broadcast from hats and can actually let it uh, telecast or make it live onto different groups in my Facebook. And let me check on Twitter how it's going on. File and let's see. Yeah, so it's actually showing on Twitter, also on Facebook, my own profile and 3 different groups which I have created inside Facebook. So they could actually see that. Once again, I just started my broadcast showing one of the tool how you could create QR codes, right? And how to use them, right? So I'm just exploring, see whether it's shown on my YouTube live or not. That's great. So it's showing live now on my YouTube. That's great. That's great. So happy to see that. That's Now it's showing live on my YouTube channel also, right? So let me show you what slides I use in one of the workshop I did 2 years ago on QR code. Let's search that. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I discovered already. Let's go to App Studio and I can actually click on present and let's see how it goes. Okay, so maybe I need to disable the QR code. I don't need QR code. So I need my talking head, my video. Okay, I'm just looking at YouTube also or my seeing how it looks like. Yeah, so I'm using PIP, picture in picture layout, and it seems, yeah, so I just need to share audio also and hit share and switch. Yeah, so I want this to be up. Yeah, now it's cool. Okay, the way I arrange, I want my talking head on top right, top up, top right, I would say, and then my blog QR code at the bottom there. Okay, and the bottom there down, and then the screen I shared would be right. So let me make it full screen. Yeah, so always test QR code before you share these QR codes. Okay. Yeah, so very quickly I will share what are QR code, okay, why we need them, and how we can read, how we can create and use very quickly, right? Oh, there is a video, so let's see. So it started in 1994, early 90s, and it's advanced version of barcode. I think everybody get familiarized with barcodes because whenever you actually purchase or buy any uh, product in the market, it actually contains barcode. Okay, so QR codes are actually advanced version of barcode. Okay, uh, and you could actually put it on the newspaper, and there are a lot of other examples where we could have actually. The cool thing of QR code, it actually have it can read Japanese characters, you know. So you can hold, if I'm not mistaken, 2000 around 2000 characters of data and can be converted into QR code. But there are smart ways where you could actually even link a full website, okay, or you could upload a whole document into Google Drive or OneDrive or any storage, copy that link and convert that link into QR code. So it can recognize Japanese character. Okay, that's very important. You see, high capacity encoding of data. So that's where it actually, if you look at QR codes, barcode actually, barcode, there's limits in the data, and it contains lot of space. But if you use QR code, it requires less space and can actually accommodate huge data. Yeah, so kanji and kana capabilities are also incorporated. It can actually convert Japanese language into QR code also. The cool thing is, even it got destroyed, uh, I would say even 30% also it will still able to decode. So uh, that's another feature which we could do, and it's readable from any side, So it's 360-degree. So once you have QR code, you could actually switch and read from any direction, right? So once again, those who are joining, just say hi and do ask question, to share how my broadcast is going on. Today, I'm just covering and exploring QR code, okay, and how we could use QR codes and how to generate QR code, right? So this is an example like where you could just print a QR code and place it on the desk, and students can scan it, make it actually more active and engaging, rather than distributing the assignments on printout or right. So you need a QR code reader. That's one of the QR code reader or app. If I'm not mistaken, in iPhone you have by default, the feature, built-in feature which can scan QR codes the moment you use camera to capture, right? So here, these are different apps. Maybe some of these apps are actually maybe no more free. So just go search your Play Store or Apple Store, Android store, and search QR code reader or scanner, right? And right, how to create. So I already shared in the chat. The link is called QR stuff, and you could actually go to that site very easy. Within 2 steps, you could generate a QR code. Yeah, these are examples which you could even have a calendar invite, contact info, URL, or even broadcast detail. So if you schedule a broadcast, convert that into a QR code, share that QR code to via WhatsApp or through your social media. URL also could be converted. Email address can be converted into QR code or normal text. So if you have a business card, you could convert a business card into a QR code and share with your audience, right? Yeah, so airport check-ins now, most of boarding passes, if you notice, there are QR codes everywhere now. They are using even on in healthcare instruments. There, there they have a QR code which actually keep track of details about the instrument, right? Medical equipment scan, so you could see that, right? Even on a recipe, also you could actually see, right? Product information, you could use QR code, right? And there are many more ways. Okay, you could have interactive field trips using QR codes. Yeah, so you could put a QR code. If I'm not mistaken, I heard that in Japan they put QR codes on big buildings, so people can scan from far and they could actually know details about those buildings. Yeah, so even this is a social science where uh, each and every QR code actually have a video. So it's a Ronald Reagan timeline where you could actually scan. So that's another way of using QR code effectively. You could even convert periodic table into QR code. So the moment you scan QR code, that element details about that elements you actually access, right? Different products you could stick, right? Yeah, even on models you could stick. You could even convert journals, uh, use QR code, right? Recipes, right? Yeah, so you could put a multi-purpose hall or room outside of that on the door. So people can scan this QR code and can access for reservation of the room. Okay. Yeah, in museums, people they use effectively QR codes. So you don't need a guide. You just need an app. The moment you scan QR codes on museum artifacts, so details about that artifact could be actually played in a video form or audio, right? So that's where I saw that I showed you could even use a background as an image. Okay, that's all from my side. Just to share with you the website QR stuff where you could generate your QR codes. Okay, feel free to say hi and do ask if you have any question. And from where you are joining, do let me know. Yeah, so let's stop presenting or sharing my screen, right? Yeah, those who just joined, thanks for joining my broadcast. And hello, Mr. Randy. Thank you for joining. I just covered what is the name of your blog that you were talking about. Okay. If you could scan this QR code, you could actually get access to my blog. And let me copy and paste again in the chat. Salam, brother. Salam. Salam, Randy. Yes. I'm pasting again my blog URL in the chat. So, what I covered today, one more feature in apps where I could switch between picture in picture. So, for example, if I want to make QR code as full screen and myself on top, so I can actually click. Yeah, there's a number in the screen, and you could actually toggle between what you want in a small and what you want in a big screen display. So that's what I learned today about HAPS. And then I covered about QR codes and how we can generate QR codes, what are the importance of QR codes, and how we could use. I haven't worked out how to scan the QR code while I'm watching the broadcast. Okay. What you need to do, just grab your phone, smartphone, and hopefully you have app. If you're using iOS device, I think is built-in feature. Just open and capture the QR code just now you're seeing on the screen. So the moment you will capture this QR code, it will convert the code, which is QR code, quick response code, into actually it's a URL of my blog. So it will ask you to, do you want to go online to connect to my blog? Yeah. Thanks, Randy, for the feedback. I have actually conducted several workshops a few years ago on how to use QR code, more than 60 ways for teaching and learning purposes. Even in business, we could use actually QR codes effectively. No need to carry business cards. No more. Go paperless. Uh, Lady Kima, could you confirm you were able to scan the QR code you are seeing on the screen? Make sure if you don't have built-in feature of QR code reading feature in your device, you need to download a QR code reader app. Just go to your app store, search QR code scanner or reader. Do read the reviews. Pick pick the app which have good reviews, install it, and use that app to scan. So another good feature of QR code I would forget to share during this COVID, everywhere you go, they in Malaysia is very effectively they are using it. You need to scan a QR code, and throughout Malaysia there is only one app called My, if I'm not mistaken, Sejahtera. So that app will keep track where you have visited. Okay. Thanks, Randy, for sharing my blog. And somehow I just noticed today even my YouTube live is working. So that's a good news also. So thanks to HAPPS technical team, they are working very hard to fix that. So wherever you visit, like for example, I was telling you, like if you go visit any mall in Malaysia, so there's a QR code you need to scan. Immediately they will copy the location where you are. You just need to fill in your particulars, your name and mobile phone. So for contact trace, if God forbid anyone um, positive in that locality or that mall, then they could actually trace the contacts, like whoever visited that mall, and they could actually test all those close contact people. That's really great. Okay. So this is another feature of QR codes. So do share with me how you think you are going to use QR codes. Okay, just be creative and do share and see how, or anything else you would like to know about the link I shared. Yeah. So another feature about in HAPS, you could present live any comments. So if you notice just now, I presented Randy's comment. So it will appear on top next to my name. That's another cool feature. So let me share my URL of my blog. And I notice it's a very smart, uh, it actually adjusts automatically according to the space available there, right? So it's actually this side now. I want a QR code for others. I can invite people to my apps. Yeah. I was actually mentioning that what you could do, you could schedule the hash broadcast, convert that data into QR code, and share that QR code with your social media networks, and then people can actually scan that QR code immediately, and excuse me, then it will actually, sorry, excuse me, yeah. So once you have that QR code, people can scan QR code, and immediately it will actually launch the HAPS app and directly enter into your broadcast. So that's another cool feature of QR codes, where you could use them for quick response, quick joining to your broadcasts. I hope I have answered, Andy. is what you were asking for. Hello, this Angel, right? Yeah. Sorry, I think I pronounced wrongly, right? NGV, right? Yeah. Amsterdam, welcome. Welcome to my broadcast. I almost ending my broadcast. So just quickly wrap up what I was covering, sharing few features about HAPS, and then sharing the importance or benefit of using QR code. Hi, hi. Okay, thanks by Randy for dropping by. Appreciate your support. So that's all. Those who will be watching my recorded sessions, so feel free to comment. And if you have any question, to let me know, and I will cover in my next broadcast. Tomorrow, I'm planning to go to one of the garden in Putrajaya and do a broadcast there, if weather's permit me, because I was planning today, but it was heavy raining, so I could not actually go and do broadcast from that garden. Right? Thanks for dropping by and joining my broadcast. So, see you in my next broadcast. Okay. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.